I don't even know where to start. Um, I just went to Soldier Field and witnessed one of the worst games I've ever seen. And listen, the sample size of my games are very limited because this is my third game, the third regular season game I've ever been to Soldier Field. Every game, let's take it back to my first game. It was when Justin Fields was here, and it was against the Dolphins when he actually popped off. We lost that game. However, it felt like, it was fun. Then the next game was the following year when I went to the Minnesota Vikings game. That game, Fields got hurt. Everything was bad. You'd think it wouldn't get worse than that, huh? Oh boy. It did. It really did. This was one of the worst games I've ever been to. And I feel like this was definitely one of the worst games of all time for the Chicago Bears. We just lost to the New England Patriots 19-3. Did not score a single touchdown for the last two games. And just didn't look like the team like we did before the bye week whatsoever. And listen, I had a feeling that we would lose this game. I even mentioned it in my predictions that if we lost this game, there are some implications. And it's 8:34 p.m. and Matt Eberflus is still not fired. And Shane Waldron still continues to have a job. Chris Morgan still continues to be employed. I don't even know what to say. Genuinely don't know what to say. I had some time to think about it because the game ended around like 4 o'clock or like around 3:25 ish before the evening slate. And I still can't believe what I just witnessed with my bare eyes. The Bears are beyond cooked. Beyond cooked. And I think we're going to the point where we're probably going to ruin Caleb Williams as well. We're probably going to fire him, a head coach, and start the cycle all over again. And even if we do hire a head coach, I don't trust this organization to do, make the right hire, make the right move, because it all starts at the top. George McCaskey and the McCaskey family are in the running for being one of the worst owners in NFL history. Because, listen, how is it possible that I can't. How is it possible that the Chicago Bears look 10 times worse than we did when we were 0-4 last season? Just how? This is the last time we scored 3 points in a game. I remember reading this. Was in 2011. Was in 2011. And this is supposed to be a better team. The offensive line stinks. Ryan Poles has a lot to blame. Eberflus is obviously a lot to blame. Caleb as well has a lot to blame. All around this team has a lot to blame. But it really does start with the front office and the coaching. Come on, man. What are we doing? Like, genuinely, what are we doing? It boggles my mind that Drake May, who didn't play that great, to be really honest with you, did the bare minimum, even had a bad interception, and we still lost this game. Because we can't get a completion and touchdown in the red zone for our lives. The amount of 3 and outs I witnessed, insane to me. We can't put drives together. We can't hit the middle of the field. We only targeted Cole Kmet twice. Our leading receiver is Keenan Allen with 44 yards. DeAndre Swift had 16 carries for 59 yards. Caleb had 16 for 30, almost above 50% completion for 120 yards. And this team was supposed to make the playoffs. Well, goodbye to that because, listen, after the bye week, I said, and a bunch of Bears fans says, that after the bye week, we have to win the next 3 games because our schedule does not get any easier. The amount of times I've said our gauntlet is going to be a gauntlet. Go back and watch my other videos. I've said if we don't win these 3 games, we are not winning any other game after this. And it's looking like that's the case. Instead of going maybe 2-1 or 1-2, we went 0-3 against the Commanders, against the Cardinals, and to top it all off, against the Patriots. 3 L's in a row. At this point, I was so stupid that I bought tickets for the following game against the Packers. And the thing is, we can't even resell them. So I'll be witnessing back-to-back demolishments, essentially. And then from then on, I will not be purchasing any more Bears tickets until I see something change. I learned my lesson. The more money you give to this organization, the more money you give to the McCaskey family, the more they just don't care. They generally don't care. Like, they generally don't care. I'm starting to slowly believe that. Because no matter how much loyalty this fan base shows, no matter if we fill out the Soldier Field, no matter we buy the merch, no matter how much we support the quarterback that's in front of us, no matter what we do, they're just not going to put the product that we want to see. They don't care about success because they realize that, hey, even if this team is not successful, we have loyal fans. They'll do anything for us. This is why we are such a mid organization. Why we'll never catch up to the likes of the Packers, the Lions now, and even the Vikings. We're bottom field in our division for a reason now. Because it starts at the top. Not saying that Caleb is not to blame. Caleb is not playing well whatsoever. But he's a rookie. He's only had 9 games in the NFL. Like, there has to be some level of slack. He had played well against bad teams, but for some reason now, against bad teams now, the offensive play calling has just gone to crap. I know the offensive line as well is also banged up. And the fact of the matter is, why Nate Davis, you can screw off, dude. Like, genuinely, if you don't want to be on this team, just screw off. Like, I'm done with Nate Davis. I'm done with Chris Morgan. I'm done with Shane Waldron. How dare you, Shane Waldron? I saw that clip. You were laughing to Caleb or about something? Are you serious? What were you possibly laughing about when we were down nearly 13-3? What were you possibly? Oh, that we didn't get the first down, Caleb. Look at that. Look how funny that play calling was. Yeah, of course. And the Caleb is just like, dude. Caleb at this point is realizing, dang, this is how cursed this franchise is. Now he understands. The team morale is. I watched it firsthand. It does not look good. The team just giving up at this point. If you are the front office, if you're George McCaskey, which, listen, to be fair, I don't think George McCaskey has the gall to do anything in his life. You're seeing this team, this talented team that has been put in front of you, and you are losing to the Patriots. If you have any ounce of dignity within you, you would fire Eberflus, even if it's against status quo, where he kept his record, this clean sheet of I never fired a head coach in the middle of the season. Oh, whoop-de-doo. Do you want a cookie? Do you want a gold medal of honor? Doesn't mean anything. Drastic measures need to be taken. And if you're going to tank the rest of the season, wow. back to back, man. Like who we're really going from 3 and if you don't like if you loved being 3 and 14 or if you enjoyed being 3 and 14, you're going to love being 4 and 13. And we end the season losing out cuz I don't genuinely see us winning another game. Take me back to when we were 4 and 2, man. Take me back. I miss that. It just sickening. It just you can't there's nothing you can do. Genuinely nothing we can do. As a fan base, we're kind of screwed. At this point, other teams like the Commanders, the Lions, the Texans have all made changes to their front office and their ownership group. And look at them now. Competent organizations now. Let's take the Lions too. They were in the basement for so long and they finally caught up and now they're in the top of the division. Man, this team just finds new ways like to disappoint. At this point, we're gonna be like trying to tank for Travis Hunter or something. And eh, Caleb, man, this sucks. But yeah, I guess this is kind of a rant of or kind of my thoughts on what I just witnessed because I did not like what I saw whatsoever. It still boggles my mind that we lost this game in the fashion that we did. We're too talented of a team to do that. It's just it's so bad, man. It's this channel's called So Back Sports, but we're definitely not back. We are not so back whatsoever. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this rant. Um, the podcast episodes are still gonna be happening this week. Please again, hit that subscribe button, man. Make my day better and make my week better. Um, it's tough being a channel covering the Chicago Bears and a subscription and some support in the comments could really help and go a long way. Thank you guys again for tuning in for this season so far. Really appreciate it, you know. And I'll see you guys in the next one.